Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Dose. I'm Shawn McKenzie, joined by Eric Engels. And Eric, something special is going to happen Saturday night. Yes, it's Game 6 between the Leafs and the Habs, which is special enough on its own, but there will be 2,500 fans in attendance. The first time we've had fans in Canada at a sporting event in a very, very long time. Just what's the sense from the players you're getting? It just the excitement level to have some to fans in the seats.
Of course, they're excited, Shawn, and you framed it perfectly. It's going to provide a boost for them. It's going to provide a boost for the Leafs even to hear that noise instead of the ambient silence of the empty building. And it's also a return to normalcy that so many of us have craved over the last 14 months. And I think we're only moving forward from this point. But it's not going to make the ultimate difference in this game. There's enough motivation on both sides of this. The Canadiens are playing for their season. They don't need anything extra. And the Maple Leafs are trying to advance to the second round for the first time since 2004, conquer some playoff demons, which they weren't able to do in Game 5. So I can't wait for the game. I can't wait for the atmosphere that the fans will provide. But let's be honest, we already know what's on the line here, and I don't think the fans are going to change it.
As we get set for Game 6, what lineup changes do or don't you expect from the Habs?
I think there's a possibility Arturi Lehkonen and Jake Evans could be available. And if either one or both are available, I don't think Dominic Ducharme would hesitate to put them in the lineup. They bring speed and energy, and that's a quotient that the Canadiens could use more of. Whether or not it comes at the behest of a player like Thomas Tatar is something to be considered, because I thought he really struggled in Game 5 despite his other two line mates really bringing their game up to a level that saw Sheldon Keefe trying to get Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner away from those guys a little bit. That's been a change that we haven't seen through the first 4 games of this series. I'm looking at Alex Romanov, and I know people in Montreal are looking at him too and saying, man, this is a player that how could you not put him in? I think we saw the reason with what we saw across the ice from the Canadiens last night with Rasmus Sandin making a couple of mistakes that young defensemen are prone to. It's a little different at that position. Will the Leafs opt for changes, Shawn?
Well, I'm curious to see that because Sheldon Keefe has proven in the past he's not a very reactionary coach. He will stick with a lineup. He will stick with guys, and obviously not a great night for Rasmus Sandin. So he does have the option to bring Travis Dermott in, but we'll find out soon enough if he didn't see enough from Sandin to feel comfortable with him in Game 6. The other thing to keep an eye on, Nick Foligno. He has been listed as day-to-day, so it's only a matter of time before he gets back in the lineup. And speaking of getting back in the lineup, Cole Caufield got back in early in the series, and is it fair to say he isn't coming out anytime soon?
Fair to say he never should have been out to begin with. You know, you look at a Canadiens team that struggles to score and the assets that Caufield brings to the ice, he should have been in there, but not just for his skills. As Carey Price put it, he's a composed player, and he always has been. That composure level is what enables you to score goals in the playoffs. And we'll see how, if he can get to the board and if he can create some for the Canadiens as they move forward and try to salvage their season.
Eric, it'll be a Saturday night game between the Leafs and the Habs with fans in the building. It just feels right. Thanks for doing this.
Sure does. Thanks, Shawn.